Assalamualaikum and good morning to Professor Abdul Halim bin Busori. I am Dayang Munirah binti Awang Asan, metric number 74575, and my friends Gloria Indah Anak Banyang, metric number 74911. We will present our research proposal assignment 1. The title is Stress, Anxiety and Depression Management Among Employees During COVID-19 Pandemic. First of all, introductions of the study is this research aimed to investigate stress, anxiety, and depression management among employees during COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19 pandemic has claimed many lives around the world and poses an unprecedented threat to public health, food system, and the workplace. As we know that the pandemic economic and social upheaval is devastating in tens of people are at risk of falling into extreme poverty, and the number of people who are undernourished, which is presently estimated at almost 990 million, might rise to 132 million by the end of the year. Second is background of the study. The emergence of COVID-19 has brought many changes to the world and has lasted for almost 2 years. The government has repeatedly implemented different actions during this pandemic era, but the virus still cannot be eliminated. So they began to move their work online. The third one is problem statement. During the COVID-19 pandemic, nearly half of all economic sectors experienced a downturn. Many private sectors as well as the government sectors are experiencing decline in government occurring. Many employees have been laid off due to the company's declining economic and inability to pay employee salaries. Due to the dwindling number of workers, a lot of work had to be borne by the surviving workers. Our general objective is to investigate the relationship between worker pressures and work environment during COVID-19. Our specific objective is to identify the causes and consequences of the occurrence of stress at work during the COVID-19 pandemic. Second is to determine the way to reduce stress in the workplace that often occurs during the COVID-19 pandemic. The research question is, why do employees feel work pressures during COVID-19 pandemic? What causes employees to feel depressed while facing the COVID-19 pandemic? The last one is, how can employees overcome this problem from continuing to occur? The significance of the study is to help future leaders as well as organizational leaders to understand the importance of having an orderly quality of work. The study conducted was aimed to solving the problem experienced by many workers who experienced stress during COVID-19. The last one is conceptual framework. Type of input is employee cannot do a lot of work at one time. The shortage of employee has causes existing employees to feel burdened. Employee feel stressed with a lot of work and unable to do the job as well as possible. The next is output. The employer should be responsible for resolving this issue with the employee. Employees are able to carry out assigned tasks with an orderly divisions of tasks. The last is employees do not feel burdened if a lot of work is concentrated in one position of an employee.
For the chapter 2, which is include research design, population and sample data collection procedure, data analysis and research instrument, and also reference. For the research design, this study will use form and questionnaire to employee as well as conduct interview and observation to understand the concept and theories about stress, anxiety, and depression among employee during the pandemic. The main purpose of the study is to investigate stress, anxiety, and depression management among employees during COVID-19 pandemic. This is to identify the cause of stress, anxiety, and depression often occur among employees during COVID-19 pandemic. For the population and sample, in this study, we estimate that all the employees are welcome to join, answer all the questionnaire. Respondents will be selected based on the criteria in the study, convene Sampling is a type of non-probability sampling method where the sample is taken from a group of people easy to conduct. For the chapter 3, which is include research design, population and sample data collection procedure, data analysis, research instrument, and also reference. For the research design, this study will use form and questionnaire to employee as well as conduct interview and observations to understand the concept and theories about stress, anxiety, and the depressions among employees during the pandemic. The main purpose of the study is to investigate stress, anxiety, and depressions management among employees during COVID-19 pandemic. This is to identify the cause of stress, anxiety, and depression often occur among the employee during the COVID-19 pandemic. For the population and sample, in this study, we estimate that all the employees are welcome to join to answer all the questionnaire. Respondents will be selected based on the criteria in this study. Convenience sampling is a type non-probability sampling method where the sample is taken from a group of people easy to contact or to reach in the organization. For the data collection procedure, a brief overview of how the data collection procedure will be done as before. Follow has a 3-step, which is the questionnaire are distributed to the target sample. The distribute questionnaire will be gathered, the number of questionnaire will be rejected and measured. For the data analysis, the data will be analyzed using interview and observation method. Research instrument. For the research instrument that are used in the study, the questionnaire will consist of 2 parts, which is Session A and Session B. Session A consists of demographic or personal information of the respondent, such as age, gender, material status, and position in the organizations. Section B, which comprise of questionnaire that are related to the stress, anxiety, and depression among workers during pandemic. And then the reference, this is all our reference. That's all from us. Thank you.